Alright, so moving forward to the second game. You can't ban out OG. I think we got that.
Yeah. Noted.
So what are you gonna do if you're secret? How are you gonna turn things around?
Drow strats. I think secret often go to drow strats. I don't know if they'll necessarily do that for sure, but like they really like these like strong 5-man pushy strats sometimes, like the drow, the venge, these kind of carries for MP.
Lane, good lane.
Yeah,
heroes.
good lanes.
Venge,
Yeah.
Luna.
Maybe they pick Venge in the first two so it doesn't get banned. I don't know.
Maybe they could do like a Venge opening and try to like confuse them and do a Venge support. I know they played Venge support in the past. I don't know. Like they need to try to put less emphasis in the lane, in my opinion. They need to balance things out and have maybe a little bit more team fight or catch. Otherwise, they'll run into the same problems again.
He looks very comfy.
Oh yeah, he's ready. Firelight dies, never
he
shaken.
knows he's not playing Ogre this game. That's why he. There we go, Earth Spirit.
There you go. That's spirit number one. Give me one more spirit and we're in good shape, guys.
Maybe
Ember was
Ember
banned
Spirit.
last game, I
Maybe
believe,
Ember
yeah.
Spirit, but not Storm Spirit. Come on, they're not gonna ban Storm.
All right.
You shouldn't ban Storm. There's just so many other heroes that you want to ban.
You fifth ban the Storm, you know. If
Yeah.
it's like if you haven't got good Storm cannons.
Maybe in the second phase, but not in the first phase.
You want to ban out Lone Druid?
Yeah, you
know-
definitely want to ban out Lone Druid.
There you go.
Or pick Lone Druid. I mean, come on.
This time it's I guess OG banning the Lone Druid since they don't have first pick.
Yeah,
so.
Secret
Sure.
has first pick.
That's when you know a hero is super OP. When you can pick, you know exactly that he's going to be first picked or banned no matter what every single game. Ice Frog, I hope you're watching, buddy.
Well,
Take
we
care of it.
know that Dota 2 sent out a tweet about the last premier Dota 2 tournament before
Whoa!
the invites for the Kiev Major. So they promoted this event.
Well,
People say Valve don't communicate.
Yeah, look at
Come on,
that.
guys.
7 hours ago, that was a dank tweet, and here we are.
7.5 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I only just found out about it. There's a wall.
It's like they first banned Dazzle.
yeah, you must be happy now.
Hell yeah, they banned it from themselves. Puppy was about to pick it, and then someone went over and banned it on his computer before he...
I mean, that says that to me, really, they are like thinking SLADA, VS,
Slada VS.
Drowse, whatever. It's physical damage like drafts. I mean, that's and also drafts they can push in like 5-man siege towers with very.
That also means that they're okay with OG getting the Warlock though, because that's a go-to.
Warlock is replaceable, I think. Like
It's a long cooldown you can fight around too.
yeah,
I
there's
think
a lot of weakness.
That's where
of the hero.
Secret completely crushed IGV in that first game around the Global Silence cooldown. Because every time Global Silence was down, they were just like running at them, fighting. So the Warlock ultimate functions in a similar way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell how much priority they put on the Ember. In the first game, they actually banned the Ember in the first phase. And now their first pick, they're picking the Ember right away. They're putting a lot of priority in this hero.
Seconds remaining.
So who plays the Ember Spirit on this team? Is it going to be...
I think there's two players, I believe. MP and mid one, they both play the hero, depending on lane.
Okay.
Reserve time.
First picking an Ember, usually, you see maybe a Nyx reply, Disruptors or OD usually. These are the kind of heroes that are really going to be very good against Ember. Either you draft Catch or you draft heroes that are going to destroy Ember in the lane, because usually he's going to go to the mid lane.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised that we are not seeing a lot more heroes that have natural roots picked against Ember. I mean, recently there was a little bit
Rod
of
of Atos.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a buff there with roots against Ember, so
Yeah.
why
Crystal
aren't we
Maiden.
seeing it?
Yeah, Crystal Maiden is
Yeah, but I'm like
Crystal
that's
Maiden
why,
is
you know,
great.
It's an OG pick.
It's great versus Ember, and it's great with the Ember.
Yeah.
Because of the mana as well.
I guess this is where they'd normally, like, we've seen them based on their first two games, just first you pick the Warlock, but you see an Ember, maybe you're thinking you need more lockdown, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Naga Siren, guys? Great net, huh? Think about it.
Oh, they snatched the Darkseer Slada.
Oh boy.
A bit of a deny pick with the SLADA. Like
Slada is great against Ember.
Yeah.
Because of the low armor. The hero is very vulnerable to that.
Sure, because when you catch him, you have very limited time to blow him up, and Slardar is great at that, right?
Yes.
Removes the armor, gets a great stun, and there you go.
I mean, and it's the Jarex S4 combo. These guys work so well together. Vacuum in the SLADA crash, like.
You
Well,
know they're gonna pull it off.
Yeah, they will pull it
Yeah.
off, and not just once, but probably 3 or 4 times this game. So.
Of course. But this is survivable, okay? Slardar, people know how to work their way around that hero.
Yep.
Win rate's not that great.
We saw that.
Pick rate is pretty damn good.
Pick
though.
rate is very high.
Pick rate's
rate
high.
is high.
Win
Always
rate not so
heroes
much.
with pick rate high usually have lower win rate.
Yeah.
There's so
Don't
many
show
games.
me the win rate again, please.
Crystal Maiden.
I mean, that's still above 50% as the
let me
most picked
ask you a
hero in the
question.
current 7.0
Oh, God.
patch. So
Nah, it's okay. Never mind. Oh,
It's okay. Just give it up. Just give it up, pal. All right, all right.
So they go for the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
Really good
Interesting.
with the Ember. Give him mana.
Yeah.
And denying it at the same time.
Of course, we did see some great,
OG.
great ults coming out from Fly last game with the Crystal
We
Maiden.
did.
Some
we
game-winning
did.
stuff. So nice deny. It works pretty good in their lineup as well, right?
Yeah,
Reserve time.
I like to think so. All right, so looking at these first two picks from either team, what can we think about what they're gonna remove from this game so that they don't have to face it? What could be really good? For example, against an Ember, roots. Don't want to face roots, but which roots would OG pick?
I think you're more looking at the counter picks to the end. If you're one around Ember mid, you're trying to ban out some of the counters.
Okay.
Like
OD,
the
yeah.
Invoker, OD. I don't think OG really run Ursa mid, so maybe less so
Yeah,
that.
I
But
don't think I've seen that.
yeah,
from
the
them.
Invoker, the OD, perhaps the two main ones there. Perhaps you consider the Storm if you're not going to get more lockdown, but you've already got Frostbite, you've got CM, like you can actually keep Storm in place pretty well now.
Yeah. Oh, we might actually see a Pudge for Secret here this game. I think Pudge is actually really good with their heroes. He uses the aura from CM. The Bite is a setup for Hook. Ember is a setup for
10
Hook.
seconds remaining.
Pretty
Yeah.
good hero with the Ember and the CM. And I think I've seen
5
Puppy
seconds
play the
remaining.
hero in the past. Maybe not as well as Jerex, but they do run the hero.
Reserve
Mhm.
time.
I mean, it's Jarex.
You can play
know?
pretty much anything.
Yeah.
But no, I like where your head's at there. And especially with like heroes like StarLadder, who has a very clear initiation, you have time to kind of react to that and hook people.
And
So
he's really good against Lada because he's gonna jump in, stun someone, and
that's
everyone is gonna then you can hook and save the target out. So Pudge is also really good in that regard.
it. Well, they're taking their time here. Has the king been stumped?
Oh, he's just being very careful and patient. Don't worry.
Now, they did say they were going to beat OG with some surprise
Unpredicted
picks.
picks. Yeah.
Where are they, Slacks? I didn't
They're
game
coming. That's why he's freaking
nothing's-
out right now.
He's freaking himself out.
He's just picturing Puppy's face in his head right now. He's like, oh, here they come. I don't know what to do.
Earlier today, we didn't like an early Ember pickup.
No, we didn't.
Do we like it now? I mean, there's all the chance to counter it still on the side of OG,
Yeah.
but maybe that is the mind game.
Oh.
Maybe,
maybe
this Ember is
they-
not going mid.
Or maybe because I think Secret values this hero a lot. Because in the previous game I say they ban it, and now they immediately first pick the hero.
Yeah.
So they don't really care about the counters that you have. They just rate the hero really high.
All that time for a Slack ban.
A
Yeah.
Slark ban. Yeah, is Slark
Slark-
that big?
Slug is really good with Darks here.
Hmm.
And they might be thinking of Dark Pack as a counter to the Frostbite and the Chains. So that is one of the better core heroes against the Ember and CM. That could be a thought process.
Notel's played a bit. He goes for the different build with the Echo Saber Blink, and it's like this fast-paced, tempo-controlling Slack that fights a lot earlier, more aggressively. So it's not like a unplayed hero for OG as well.
And there's still the Life Stealer that's gonna
But that's
do
like not
roughly
the,
the same thing.
OG don't really. I feel like I haven't seen them play like a Slatter Lifestealer. Not to say they won't, but it feels less their style.
Hey, that's a Nyx Assassin ban.
OD.
I see, Jake. Look, you know what I'm thinking.
Of course, the classic Bat Rider making way, right?
Or
10
Kotal
seconds
of the Light.
The Hoodle?
Oh yeah, Kotal. Kotal is pretty good.
Yeah.
You dare mention Coddle
I
on this
dare
panel?
mention Kotal. I mean, you might have just
What's
jinxed
wrong
it,
with
though.
Kotal?
Nothing's wrong with Coddle. He's just the most like hidden OP person in the game right now.
Yeah,
Nobody
just like-
picks him,
just
but
like
he's
Omni
super
Knight.
damn good.
Just like Omni Knight.
No, Omni Knight is counterable. How do you counter Coddle? He destroys her early game.
You
He
get
destroys
Lotus
her
Orb.
lanes.
You get
You
Lotus Orb.
counter him by picking Nyx
You
Assassin.
get BKB.
That's true. Lotus Orb is a great counter to Coddle, but I mean, he's just so good at all points in the
10
game. He's just
seconds
strong. So
He has no stuns.
he
Mana
does
Leak.
have Rod of Athos. That's a root.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mana Leak is somewhat a stun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fine.
indeed.
Unreliable, but it is.
Mana
it is
Leak
stuff.
plus a Force Staff plus a Blinding Light is
Yeah,
a very
sure,
reliable
yeah,
stun.
Yes. Alright.
He just walked into my trap, fool.
I mean, Basher's a reliable stun, if you want to put it that way, you know?
Shut up,
Basher,
dude.
Turn it
Basher
into an
Mask of
abyssal.
Madness. There we go.
There you
Caught it
go.
with a reliable stun.
There you go.
Spirit Breaker is a reliable stun.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Today I learned. Okay, so
Invoker.
Invoker is going to be picked up
10
here.
seconds
Makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
The pseudo counter pick for mid.
Might be a Quas Wax Invoker
I was
though.
wondering that, but then like with Slada, like having the Sunstrike
Sunstrike,
with the
yeah.
Blink Crush is nice, but the same time, if you're worried about like a fast-paced, Secret like to play early game Dota. Like they like to win their lanes, and that's where Quaswex is going to be more a safer option.
I mean, it's still open. I think for their lineup, doesn't really matter if they want to go Quaswex or Exort. Both could work.
And see what like carry and other cores come out.
Yeah,
from,
if you
from
go for
Secret
like
first.
an Exort Invoker, then your safe laner has to be much more of like an active carry, like someone like a Klinks, you know.
Oh, Faceless Void picked up.
Yeah, the Void plus Crystal Main, and that's something OG like to run before.
I think
Interesting.
Kezu used to play a lot of back in
Yeah,
the
he likes
days.
Void.
Yeah.
And usually when they pick CM and Void, on OG they pick either Elder Titan usually. I mean, I said Pudge. I think Pudge could also still work really well with the Void.
Pudge could work on OG too, couldn't he? No, though.
Oh,
Not
they have
with
StarLadder,
StarLadder, no.
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're looking for the fly hero.
I
so-
hear you.
When Kezu played a lot of Faces Void, this was in the double bubble era.
Oh yes.
And if you're thinking about a double bubble, maybe not anymore now that there's a disruptor, but Puppy does play very mean Enigma.
That's the catch for the Ember, and pretty good against the Void in the
Void,
lane
yeah.
because of the glimpse.
Mhm.
So overall, very solid pick by OG. But let's see, it's
They don't
if
have any
it's the-
save as the like one of their downsides. I was thinking like would they consider like Avenge or something against the Chrono, but if someone gets Chrono, like they
Yeah,
don't really have
that's
a
the
good
downside of
defensive.
their heroes. So, but then they have the vacuum into the Disruptor ultimate.
I called it.
Back. This used to be like the first two picks of like every was this like Manila, not Manila Mage, even going
Gosh.
further back.
Dude, Elder Titan and Ember. Do you know what changed? Elder Titan and Ember is so strong now. Because the spirit is all magic, so it doesn't really affect the Elder Titan and Ember. And they buff the aura where it's a larger AoE now.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, because one's around you, the spirit
Yeah,
one's
the
around your
physical
hero.
is
Yeah,
around you, but with Ember it doesn't really matter because it's all spell, the
Yeah.
hero.
Reserve
So
time.
Yeah.
Elder Titan plus Ember is very strong, plus the CM.
He looks kind of happy with this draft so far.
Yeah.
That's a very solid draft by Secret. They clearly have a plan.
Chrono, Earth Splitter, good stuff. That was like the old OG duo. They used to open with these two heroes
They
all the
ban
time.
out the Bat Rider on OG, so they are expecting Void to be their safe laner. And
Okay.
looking for a Kezu hero like a Bat Rider, but I think Kezu could play Void just fine,
10 seconds
depending on
remaining.
how they want to lane. If they want to have a safe lane Void, because if you go safe lane Void, maybe not this game though.
Not
He
great
can-
against the
Yeah,
Darkseid
not great
lane.
against
Even
Darkseid.
and the Slider, even
Yeah.
if whether he's there or not, it's gonna be a tough lane.
They ban
And
out
CM's not a support that zones offlaners, and that's definitely one of the weaknesses of
unless
the
you
hero.
do a tri lane. Like
Yeah.
the Elder Titan has to go to the safe lane together with the CM, then you can zone.
It's not like a Dazzle Disruptor, like a typical 5-position support that can do
Yeah.
it on its own now.
You know, one thing that Elder Titan got buffed as well in this patch was because of the camp. If you go to the off lane, there's 3 camps. So if you get the Spirit at level 1, you can hit all the camps and you run to the lane and you get a lot of damage. More damage than before. It's
But
a small little thing.
Ember's going to be safe lane, it looks like.
Safe lane
Or
Ember.
unless it's Queen of Pain safe lane, but that
Yeah, they
seems-
could do either way.
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough lane with the Darkseid Slider, which makes me think maybe they would
Yeah,
consider Queen of
maybe
Pain.
they put Queen against the Darkseid lane. Yeah, that's possible. But they have a one-ball combo setup. The Chrono will be the base of their idea and all the spells will just go in. Wow.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
It's a fighting carry. I mean, you get the that makes me think it's going
But
to be
they
the
have-
Exort Invoker.
Yeah, Exort
CK
Invoker.
stun into Sunstrikes. Like
But they have a lot of wave clear for the illusions. They have the Corp and Elder
Yeah.
Titan. So they have
Yeah,
very good
yeah.
spells for that.
See you looking. Are you confident that Secret will bring this
Oh my
back?
god.
Oh god. Picking Quap into a disruptor, huh? That's an
That
interesting
happened.
choice. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Secret's got this one in the bag. Doesn't make any sense to me,
Okay.
but it's fine.
I'll tell you, CK.
CK,
Not so
bad
sure.
hero, you think?
Not so sure about what CK can do this game.
What you talking
Alright.
about, man? Early game.
Well, then,
That's
then
early
there's
game,
some
but
hope
his
for you
illusions
there,
won't
Jay.
work so well, I think.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for joining the camp.
All right, we're gonna find out if OG can take this one 2-0 or if Secret can bring it back for a third game. It is over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. And indeed, well, Fog, some very interesting drafts coming out from both sides here. I mean, Faceless Void, Queen of Pain to finish it off, CK coming out from OG.
Puppy going
What's
back to
going
his roots too. CM
I mean,
Elder
he is.
Titan, like
And
I
they've
mean,
got the roots as well with CM and Ember.
and we get to find out who's playing which one too. We got the Pie on the Crystal Maiden too. We just have a very different draft coming out. Noto wants to play the CK as well. Definitely a much harder game this time around for OG.
Okay.
I do
Okay, you
think
feel a
that
bit more confident in Secret this lineup.
They already picked a very different from the last game. Last game they didn't really have a crazy amount of team fight like we mentioned a lot of times. This time it's like team fight central. Everyone's a team fighter. They're going to be ready to go. They are a little bit, you know, their cooldowns are a little bit longer. 100 on Earth Splitter, like 120 or whatever on the 140 on Chrono early on. Same thing with Queen of Pain ulti. So it's going to be the Ember Spirit making the like early game plays with like the low cooldowns, but we'll see what they're able to really like do with it, because it's very wombo combo-y, and I think CK is a hero that is going to struggle a lot in this game.
And I think one thing as well that's going to be interesting to see how it pans out is if you kind of just look at the damage distribution both teams have in their lineup between physical and magical. OG have a good kind of pseudo combo. They have this StarLadder, they have the minus armor, they've got the physical, they've also got the magic combos from like Disruptor and Invoker. You look at Secret, there's very little physical that's going to be coming out here. I mean, maybe if Kezu gets some items down the lines, but, you know, on that kind of off-lane void, he's going to be picking up the utility search. They aren't going to have the right clicks. They are, of course, going to have an insane amount of magical. With the Elder Titan Aura, with the Veil, pick up on an Ember Spirit, if they can get good timings, they are going to absolutely melt OG in some of these team fights. But if this game gets to a certain point, it feels like OG's damage is just going to scale that little bit better.
Yeah, I'm still very worried for the Phantasm in general, though. But once Invoker is able to get online too, which, I mean, it's going to happen eventually if they get into the later stages, it'll be really strong for them since, like, yeah, they're just having very little physical damage and not really the greatest, like, tower push or objective taking on the side of Secret Wall. OG does have that. They have the, you know, the Invoker, which can naturally kind of push in away once he gets his levels up, and the same thing with the CK. If they do get, like, a big team fight, wipe with the Phantasm afterwards, he can easily siege.
I'm looking at the lanes at the moment. Down bottom, Puppey helping out Kezu. Got that 2v2 going on there. Top lane, S4 and Jarex makes a bit of a go here onto MP, yet to skill. Holding onto that early skill point. Has got the salve. 7 tangos as well, so he is prepared for a bit of harassment from the side of OG.
Yep, I like this too. Pi, I mean, there's no way that Pi can even do anything to help in that top lane. He can bite some Ion Shell creeps, but that's useless pretty much. So just jungling, getting his levels, get his Arcane Aura up, and Queen of Pain should be just fine to get experience, and last hit's under the tower top anyway.
I mean, well, why the Queen of Pain this game before? Let's talk a little bit more about that. This is a hero that, you know, we don't see a lot, and as kind of picked up on the panel, you're picking it into heroes that can deal with it, like this Disruptor, in terms of catch.
I think they wanted something that can just stand in that safe lane and not have to really worry about Ion Shell. That was just the big thing for them. Okay. They just wanted to have these like 2 ranged heroes, not to have to worry about like the StarLadder and Darkseer versus melee heroes. You walk up to get a last hit, you get crushed, you're under double Ion Shell. It just blows up in your face. While Queen of Pain, you just sit, farm under the tower, and the rest of your team can like just do whatever they want. It's the same approach that they did kind of in the last game. Remove the focus off the safe lane, help the other lanes out as much as possible.
Mid lane at the moment, 11 for 4 against the 8 for 2. I see Midborn with the lead. Only slightly though. Puppey coming around, hunting here for Jerax. Has that DD rune on the Elder Titan. Looks like he's not going to be able to get quite close enough. Top lane, potential bit of a wrap round here from the CM. Pi coming into position. They are hunting for S4. He's fairly low. Immediately TP's back out. Gives himself over towards the shrine and will look to clear some of the jungle camps. Unfortunately for himself, does get the rock columns in one of them.
Yep, Puppey with that DD rune, just jungling as well. Both teams just trying to get as much as possible during the laning phase, and Secret coming up slightly ahead, just a couple CS advantage right now, but we'll see where the action does happen, because it looks like this one's going to be quite a passive one in the laning phase.
Yeah, absolutely, as you mentioned, just both teams having those heroes able to utilize jungles. And Safe S4 gets himself a nice little stack getting going here as well, so he won't be leaving this area anytime soon. As I look to pick up that XP and gold. Jerax, let's see where he starts to make his next movement. Coming towards the mid lane with that level 3. But already, you see the Ember Spirit backing off.
I think Kezu definitely needs to be careful in the next couple minutes or next couple seconds or so. Once CK gets another level and when StarLadder is down there, they're going to be able to get the Reality Rift, stun, double stun, Sunstrike on top, and that'll be enough to be able to bring him down. So Kezu has to watch out. His Time Walk is on cooldown. Nota's looking to go on the aggressive here. Kezu, bottom lane, looks like this is where they're trying to make the first move.
Kezu going to play his way out of this one. 3 seconds. And he will have Time Walk again. They are hunting for him. He'll go deeper, hiding himself in the trees. Jerax trying to cut his way through, but they'll turn their attention towards Puppey.
Beat on.
Absolutely, Puppey was just chasing down the Disruptor there, beating him up. Throws out the Spirit. Isn't going to be quite enough damage here, as it will be Fly to take him down with a final touch with that Thunder Strike. So Puppey just going in fully aggressive onto the Disruptor. But OG able to maneuver themselves around him. and end up beating him down.
Yeah, I was very close to getting Fly. Fly held his skill points there too, trying to get, I think maybe he was trying to like save for the glimpse for Kezu to try to get it perfectly timed, but yeah, they were just unable to kill Kezu, but getting Puppey anyway. And No Tail taunting Kezu with the reality rift in the bottom lane and gets bashed twice. To lose a lot of HP there for him.
Mid lane, we are seeing Anna catching back up. Only a few CS in it now. Jerax wanting to try and go for a play, but Secret are prepared for this. With Pilot out in the neighborhood, Puppey teeping across as well. Jerax in a lot of trouble there. The Stomp comes through, and the StarLadder's out. OG, only the team themselves that's good with the reactions, but Secret there are the ones coming out on top in that mid lane.
Pi was already prepped. The ward that they had in the enemy jungle, that they had in OG's jungle, actually spotted the movement coming out. And Jerax actually pings it right afterwards after the rotation, but the ward does actually expire now. And Ana with a solo kill on mid one.
Well, the Chinese observer there did not expect that. And I don't think we did either. I mean, that shouldn't happen there, should it, Fogged? I mean,
he got he had a just 3-spell combo. Yeah. Alacrity and right clicks with Cold Snap, and then he predicted a Sunstrike, and Midwin just backed up into it. Just very nice play by Ana.
Very, very impressive outplay in that mid lane. Absolutely. Well, mid lane, again, this continues to be where the focus is. Jerax kind of closing on to mid one, does get the crush. Flame Guard out there in Secret, bringing him back up. Puppey's there. They were going to send him more if needs be.
Yeah, they
sure
put
the mid one doesn't go down again.
OG put their mid ward down, so they're able to watch the TPs coming into their tower, and if anybody's just sitting in the mid lane.
I mean, thanks to that kill as well, Anna's going to have a very good timing on that Midas. At this stage, you know, it's only a few hundred gold to go.
Yeah, that's actually massive. He's going to have an incredibly early one when he was
huge.
Yeah, that's just very big. There we go. Secret making their first rotation. Queen of Pain at level 6. They've got Sonic Wave on live. They don't want Ana to get this. They want to slow down the timing on the Midas.
Yeah,
this is a big kill if they get it here.
As huge as the Midas pickup would be, you know, equally huge if Secret can kill him before he picks up their recipe.
I think they have a big indicator though. Puppey is the one farming top now, so it's like, okay, where the hell did Queen of Pain go? They're making a play right now, guys. Watch out. Ana goes to the jungle. S4 as well. Fly makes the rotation toward the top lane. They want to kill Puppey now. They don't want him to be able to farm and get levels in this lane freely. So are they going to use the smoke as well? They are going to actually go for the smoke just to guarantee the play on the top lane, but Secret might be able to get there in time to react.
Ana did get the space he needed. 7 minutes in, that Midas money is complete. So he will have that fantastic timing. Can OG get themselves something done up top? MP? Well, actually, well caught out by the initial stomp. No follow through. Didn't have any further catch, of course, at this stage. Fly yet to hit that 6. They're just level 4 in the Disruptor. So not enough lockdown really to deal with that Queen of Pain unless they catch him aggressively jumping in.
Yeah, that is not the target that they wanted to find in that situation, but... No Tail, no boots, he goes for the straight Dominator build on the CK.
Yeah, I guess just not really feeling the pressure at all here in this 1v1 against Kezu.
Yep, here we go. Mid-rotation, typical No Tail, leaving bottom lane around the 7 to 10 minute mark. Usually toward the enemy safe lane to make a play happen, but this time he tries to go mid to kill mid one, but mid one trying to be efficient with his Flame Guard and with his remnants farming up in their jungle.
Jerax as well, just aggressively maneuvering over.
Oh, Pi gets the Frostbite on the dominated creep and gets himself 125 gold.
That's a rich CM.
Big stuff right
Getting that early game monies. Kezu, I mean, what would you expect the build will be here from Void this game? Does he just pick up the Vlads early on, or
Dominator, right?
Dominator?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, he's
Dominator himself.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe Dominator, maybe into Vlads. Probably just be like this aura Void.
Yeah.
Even though he's their only like physical damage.
I mean, that really is the thing. That's why I wonder if there will be a sort of a change.
Maybe he might go just Dominator into like treads into deciding afterwards. Like maybe he can go for a Diffusal, maybe just go straight for a Vlad's into like a Blink Dagger, just be the setup for his team. We'll see how they really want to use this Void. We don't really know just yet if he's going to be just the setup or if he's going to actually be the transition damage, physical damage dealer.
Well, Fly's headed down bottom, looking to pick up some experience, getting himself that level 6 online. Pi, Kezu in the neighborhood. They are also bringing in Puppey as well. Alright, Fly. She's just going to back up immediately. So they won't find a kill with the 3 presence on that bottom lane Secret, but they may get a tier 1 out.
Yep. Early tower is very important for them. we keep saying they don't need no tower push, so top lane, Jarex gets a stun onto MP. MP definitely has to watch out. They are pinging him out right now. They do want to get another stun with the Sunstrike combo. Here we go. S4 tries to get the vacuum on him. It does not, just off the mark.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have the range.
Yeah, that would have been a definite kill if he gets crushed. They have the Sunstrike follow-up. Anna was definitely watching.
Oh, I know he's
There we go.
there.
Top lane.
Yeah,
Oh,
found him.
Reality ripped him out of it, but oh my goodness, that was scary. No tail, Reality ripped him on the opposite side of the trees. That could have been bad.
Is under attack.
Well, they get a tower out of this one as well, by the way. So it looks like KheZu may be able to get the tier 1 trade. Jarek's already TPing over to the shrine. And may see if he can cut anything off here from Secret. Puppey to send the spirit in.
Dire's top
Even the vision up. The tower still stands on the bottom lane. Let's see where OG head. S4 just into the jungle here of a Secret.
They don't want to give this tower up for free.
Of course, that scary thing really it feels like is the Anna's farm. He is not being contested whatsoever so far. He is 1k ahead of the Ember Spirit. And this is going to be an incredibly fast Midas into Iconim's timing. If he continues to kind of get away with this free farm that he's having in the mid lane.
Yeah. As soon as they saw mid one pick up the invis rune in the bottom lane, that's when Jarex just bails out. They know this tower is just forfeit. There's 5 heroes rotating down there, so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, smoke up from OG. Looking to go for a sort of a play behind Anna. Maybe hoping that Anna would be a sort of a bait here attempt, but attention also
They're
being
both
shown
doing
towards
this.
top.
This is like a mirror movement right now. Secret's trying to gank Jarex farming, and OG's trying to gank Puppey farming. Gank the 4s.
Who's going to make the first jump? It looks like bottom's going to be the first bit of action as Jarex indeed in a lot of trouble there with the chains. At the same time though, in beautiful synchronization, Puppey goes down just as Jarex does there.
That's actually so cute. I love that. It's literally both teams being on the exact same page.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. But as you mentioned, just a reflection between the two teams.
The one advantage for OG out of that one is that Ana gets the last hit, so he gets the bonus experience from the Sunstrike and the kill involvement. And then the bonus for Secret is that they're getting more damage on the tier 2 than OG was able to put out.
They've got to be careful though, because coming into the into the shrine here, backup is there. OG are ready to fight. Fly does have the static storm. They've got good catch.
They got the glimpse on mid one.
Yeah, and that's the big catch.
He gets the remnant up though.
Beautifully juked out there. The ending of that. KheZu drops the chrono, actually catching 2 heroes on the tip of it there. The Sonic Wave comes through, not quite enough damage to bring down S4 or Fly. No Tail is going to be the one to be dropped. Jarex crush onto Void. They'll get KheZu in return. Can they chase down anything more here, OG? Jarex will look to try and cut off from the sideline. Still 2 remnants out from mid one. He's a little low on the mana.
Glimpse is in 15 seconds. Ana's rotating as well. Are they going to be able to catch anybody here? Mid one. Jarex does get the stun on him.
Can they actually finish him off though with this control? The Sunstrike would have done it, but it's a little off the mark there. So mid one is able to remnant out. He's going to be A-OK, but the turnaround now comes from Puppey as he comes in with the ultimate. Able to lock down onto StarLadder. Jarex is out. And Secret, they're not done chasing back. They'll look towards S4. MP linking forward S4. Can he go for the S4 Jukes? That's the question here. And he looks like he may just be able to. He's keeping out to the mid lane. In fact, MP's not going to look for him. MP turns towards Anna. He quickly goes for the TP.
Oh, gets the frostbite.
In with the frostbite. Do they have protection though? And I don't think they do. Fuck, they don't need it. The scream comes in from MP. Cuts down onto the Invoker. Quick glimpse back onto mid one to make sure he can't finish off Fly. S4 still remains alive though. Those Dukes, they're down bottom. And he'll be able to farm himself. That takes a little creep wave there on the TP out. But all in all, Secret punching back hard.
Great play from mid one there. I mean, that was like a 2-minute chase pretty much that happened, but the remnant dodge on the glimpse into the static storm, if you do it at the perfect time, you're able to just get out of that. So OG committing their big team fight ultimate and then just getting, even though it's just a one-man chrono catching the disruptor, CK it's showing why we were talking about how it's just not really that strong. He gets caught in the searing chains and then he's just like walking back and forth. He doesn't really do damage at this point yet. He needs a lot more items to be a really prominent force in this game.
Oh,
Jarex top.
He's in so much trouble here. I mean, magical damage, they've got it for days there. Secret bursting him down. And this is, it certainly feels like this point of the game is where Secret are going to be very strong with their ability to execute. You know, if Fly is unable to get that initial catch, you know, he has to get these good static storms because otherwise, you know, Secret will be jumping around, bursting down the members of OG.
Yeah.
With that magical damage they have there. at disposal.
Yeah, I'm just still like just looking at No-Tail because I don't really feel like he's making like misplays in this game on the CK. I just feel like this is kind of the nature of the hero. He can't flash farm, so his CS he has like 56 CS, even though he was free farming in the bottom lane at 14 minutes now, and he's just trying to run around and make stuff happen. But his hero just isn't really all that good at doing anything right now. He's not good at farming. He's not really good at finding pickoffs. So what is the real use of the CK right now? And they have to try to find a way to enable him with the Ion Shell. Maybe that could be one of the potentials. But definitely just showing the weakness of the CK pick and just the strength overall of Secret's magic damage and team fight oriented lineup right now.
For sure. I mean, we could certainly start to see things change when Ana turns up to the fights, because so far he's pretty much just been a Sunstrike in these engagements. He's not turned up in person.
Yeah.
Obviously wanting to wait for the Aghanims, which he is going to have very, very shortly. So that Aghanims pickup could be when we start to see the team fights change in favor of OG.
Yeah, the Aghanims pickup and the StarLadder Blink Dagger are two of like the massive ones, and I'm all for that, but I'm still waiting to hear like how I feel what's going to enable the CK to do. Is that going to be enough to make this a actual prominent hero in the game? We will find out. Ana has gonna have his Aghanims in about 30 seconds or so. Very high level.
Secret with the smoke as well. They have all the ultimates at the ready. Coming across the top lane. Can they find anything though? They can't really come straight across onto the shrine, and that high ground, No-Tail knows what's up. I'll drop down an observer there, Secrets. They've got a bit of vision. Sunstrike coming down onto Puppey. It's not enough to finish him off. The Static Storm will catch out two here. Remnant 4 from mid one. Puppey as well there, coming through with a huge ultimate, but it's not big enough. It's Secret who have lost 3. They'll lose Puppey as well. MP remains alive. Can he go back in? He's got a bit of mana to play with. Has to be careful of Ana's presence there, as he will blink himself out.
Beautiful Static Storm there by Fly.
Yeah, it really broke up the whole fight.
Yeah, him and S4, just again, S4 is Darkseer, like we saw last game, just always on point with the vacuum, setting up the big team fights. Just really nice plays there. It's even like No-Tail being able to get the low ground vision onto the Elder Titan. They bring down the Void without the Chronosphere being used as well. So just nice little opportunistic play coming out from OG. And Ana now does have the Aghanims finished up.
Yeah, it looks like he's got, of course, a boost of travel queued up as well, so yeah, that will certainly allow him to turn up even more frequently to these engagements that are happening.
Jerax picked up and bottom lane, Jerax is going to go down as well, speaking of him.
Well, again, with the amount of nuke damage they have. I mean, we're seeing Jerax, he's kind of unfortunate from this game. He's getting picked off time and time again, which, as you mentioned, is really setting back that Blink Dagger timing ball.
3 second stun, Sunstrike on top, goodbye MP.
Yeah, he's absolutely gone.
So that's, I guess, the one really nice thing that they're going to have with the CK. I mean, it's not really ideal as your one carry being like a setup for Sunstrike, but CK stun is, he has it's a 4-second duration on this Ember Spirit, on this Queen of Pain, on this Void. These heroes that want to be able to just like jump in and out constantly. So they do at least have that to be able to burst people down and lock them down.
Kezu and Puppey to clean up this stack. This will put Kezu fairly close to that Blink Dagger. But he has picked up, well, he's looking to pick up next after the Helmet Dominator.
So he's going, okay, yeah, I like this. He's just being the setup. I thought it was I thought it might be this just because of how much damage they already have on their team. They're not really looking to beat physical damage. They're just focusing completely on magic. So just him being the big setup for the Wombo combo is just really what they need.
I mean, for sure. I mean, we talked about the fact that Secret are all in on the kind of magical damage. Absolutely fine at this stage of the game. There's not going to be any BKBs anytime soon from the members of OG. Not necessarily something a lot of them want to be building as well. Yeah. Even though they may feel pressure to do so just because of the damage that Secret are doing, and just like that, once again, what's happening to Jerax this game? FogD is not having a happy time.
They're just, I don't know if it's really what's happening to Jerax, it's what's happening to OG. They don't feel strong enough to do their usual, all right guys, let's group up and take fights. Let's group up and go for building pushes. Let's group up and do this. Jerax is like, I need to get my Blink Dagger before we can do anything.
We just can't.
We can't group up and fight with our heroes. It's just not possible versus Secret's lineup. They have way too much spell damage, way too much team fight at this time compared to ours. So I think this is going to be happening time and time again until he gets his Blink Dagger. And he's just going to keep doing it. He's just going to keep going bottom lane, pushing out the lane, trying to farm it.
He has to. He really does. And maybe, as you mentioned, we know that OG can look at situations like this and they could try and fight around it. If they know that Secret are going to be going to go for those easy kills so far into Jerax, OG could certainly look to try and turn it around next time it goes down.
Yeah, it's like, do we want to either we turn around and we kill the people who are going for Jerax, or just be as efficient as possible? When they kill Jerax, farm everything else as much as we can. S4, top, gets chained up. Mid one is on top of him. Are they able to stop this TP? They will not.
Not quite enough damage there, and Control and D to hold him back. How are you liking this as well? You know, Pi, going for the old
Midas.
school, getting the Midas CM online.
I think it's perfectly fine. He got it at a pretty reasonable time. He's been very keen on keeping the vision up, having sentries, having wards in his inventory, smokes as well. So I think it's a perfectly fine pickup in this game with the advantage that they have. Here we go, smoke coming out.
What are they going to find? No tell. The Ancients. There's the setup. Keziumizi just coming in, dropping the Chronosphere. That moves back one, but the Sonic Wave already out, and No Tell. You know, pop the ult. In fact, he stays alive. No Tell.
He's still alive.
He
Oh my God.
survives this. He gets out. The turnaround onto MP.
What?
Oh, geez. They turned that around absolutely beautifully.
That was just really good team spells.
Yeah.
He glimpsed out the void, even though and threw the he threw his ulti and wall and everything on top of the void who was getting glimpsed out anyway. But then the Phantasm ends up dodging one or two spells, the Sunstrike on top, and the Jerax wraparound to get I think it was the Queen of Pain, I believe. That was just beautifully done by OG. Even though it looked like Secret had the great opportunity to kill the CK instantly, just being tanky enough with his treads, with his magic stick charges, and using the Phantasm to dodge a couple spells. Just really well played by OG. They now have that Blink Dagger, which they needed so badly on Jerax.
Absolutely huge. I mean, that again, kind of in game one, we saw sort of a fight where, you know, suddenly OG really found their footing, and then that point onwards, it started to go downhill for Secret. And we'll see if a similar situation could arise off the back of it. And OG certainly looking to keep the momentum going as they move into the jungle as Secret, and they're looking for further pickoffs already. Jerax on the hunt. Kezu, he actually reveals himself as he farms the lane. Sunstrike coming in as well, will get the chance to time walk out, but the vision's there with the Amplify. He gets glimpsed back, taken down. TP in will be cancelled from Secret, not wanting to throw any more bodies at OG. And they're finding that momentum fog.
They are indeed. Ana now finishes up the Yule Scepter. He's got his bots, Midas, everything. All of his core items are done. Going back for Blink Dagger now. Fly, Glimmer Cape finished up, which is a super important item in this game versus Secret's lineup, like we mentioned multiple times. Heavily focused on the magic damage. We see S4 now going back for the pipe as well, so they're starting to get the tools that they need to deal with Secret's lineup. And Ana is absurdly farmed. 12,800 net worth, 3,500 over the next person. But at the same time, No Tail is still suffering. Only 7,000 net worth. He's like 3,000, 2,000 behind the, sorry, math's hard right now, 1,500 behind the Queen of Pain, the other safe laner, so he is at a bit of a deficit, but they do get the Aegis, and a good swing in momentum for sure. Secret,
they've got to be a little worried. They need to find something big to kind of swing themselves back across. They go for a smoke, but Jerax just immediately blinking away, making sure that they don't find anything with that initiation attempt from mid one. You know, as we were saying, you know, the damage is going to really fall off as it goes on, Secret. And as you mentioned, OG coming in with all the tools that they need to out-sustain Secret in these team fights.
Oh, here we go. The big play coming in mid. They're stacked up.
Oh, beautiful setup for Jerax to jump in and hit onto 2. MP will get the blink out. A Puppy's going to be left behind. Jerax actually going to continue to try and chase down the Queen of Pain.
They're going for the glimpse. They do find it. They get the crush. They do get it.
Yeah, they get it beautifully. OG, they are not letting Secret regain this momentum at all. It really does feel like it's the same play that we kind of saw in game one. You know, this start that seems very close, but certainly when it comes down to the fights, this kind of 20-minute or so mark, OG pull it together and Secret just start to fall behind.
Yeah, OG after that big team fight near the Ancients, this is where we see, this is the OG that we see. Group up, 5-man, OG, oh, No Tail actually gets a proc on his illusion now too, so they're able to get a little bit of siege onto the tier 3.
And no Queen of Pain here for 15 seconds. Do their best to try and clear out the illusions, but already tier 3 down to about a third of its life.
Yeah, that was great momentum, great siege of opportunity by OG. This is something that's really important that I think people at home, anyone can just learn from it. There's a Queen of Pain dead. Don't go back, split up and farm and stuff. You know, you can get some damage on the tier 3. Even though you're versus like this big wombo combo and stuff like that, you want to take advantage of when these people are dead, rather than just always farming. Getting tier 3 damage is very important, forcing the glyph. Great calls by OG. No tail, spotted out. That should be a pretty easy kill onto no tail.
TPs are coming across. Good chrono here from Kezo. Now looks to set it for a second, and they will indeed get it. Fly to pull as well. So Secret getting exactly what they need, and can they actually send it into more? They'll jump forward looking for Ana on the Invoker, but between the two of those, they don't have detection. So Ana's going to be out and safe. This will allow Secret to put the pressure onto the tier 1. So now managing to regain some of the momentum that they lost.
They did spend 3 ultis to get that kill and go for this. So now I think OG, when the CK and the Disruptor respawn, this is going to be their time to go. Maybe buy a smoke and just look for a play, because the ultimates have long cooldowns, as we mentioned a few times. 90 seconds left on Chrono, Elder Titan 65 seconds, Queen and Pain ulti 100 seconds as well. So maybe they'll go for this bottom tier 1 tower, try to push out the bottom wave and get more map control from that, because they already have 3 very aggressive wards to watch Secret's movements. Probably the play, yeah. We should definitely see them go on the aggressive here.
What do you think about the choice from Kezo as well? Is he is going for that BKB on the Void, so playing very defensive. We aren't going to see any sort of damage come out from himself.
Just wants to make sure that he's able to not get just glimpsed and killed inside of the static storm, and also always be able to get in the position to use time dilation on the Invoker. He wants to just get into the front lines and make sure that he's not able to just constantly re-invoke spells and get different things. So I think that's his idea behind it. Since they already have the damage dealers on the other heroes, he's just trying to be the disrupting hero as a Void rather than much else.
Ana, Forge Spirits out and putting the pressure onto this bottom lane.
OG going with the smoke. They have 20 seconds on Chrono, 30 on Quapple. This is the opportunity to go for the bottom tower.
Ana just soloing heroes easily there. I mean, it is just a CM, but he does it in style. OG looking
they have a high ground vision ward. Will they get the glimpse onto Puppey? They will not. They wanted to get a bigger target. And now Secret does know that ward is up, but it's going to be expiring quite soon. But yeah, great. Again, another great call from OG. Of course, all the ultimates from Secret were expended, as we mentioned.
Oh, they go for a smoke Secret, but immediately it's dispelled here. There are no actions on the high ground. Everyone tries to look for it there, but with the Yules, they're not going to actually get the catch here. It's going to be OG with the catch. Vacuuming Tomb into the static storm. They have the setup. They've taken down Kezu. They'll find Puppey as well.
Uh-oh, and MP as well.
They're not done. Yeah, Jarek's with the Blink Crush onto the Queen of Pain. Do they have the follow through lockdown? They don't. MP will be able to blink out.
Yeah, Glimpse still on cooldown, even though he is amped up. Oh no, he actually wasn't amped. Okay, so they didn't get the amp for the vision anyway, but yep, still Aegis on OG. It should be expiring quite soon, but able to claim themselves the tier 3. Just kidding, the glyph got reset from killing bottom tower, so there's a new glyph from it, and now Aegis is reclaimed. Great aggression coming out from OG. Ana just making the plays this game.
No-tail actually popping the Phantasm there, trying for a push mid. Pi actually just coming out with a freezing field. MP without Sonic Wave. I guess he does have the Ag, so not too much of a deal there. Just to clear those illusions off and keep them away from their structures.
It's important to keep that tier 3 alive. They don't want to be able to lose their shrines already, because OG gets that tier 3, they go straight for the 2 shrines, close the map control, and get a little bit more net worth advantage. Top lane.
Oh.
Jarex.
Oh no, if he made it out of there, that would have been a sad Ember, but it's a happy Ember.
A lot of gold, look at that. 525 gold for a kill on a support StarLadder.
Oh, Chrono has been dropped here, but the CM's out. I mean, Kezu, he's trying to come in on this, but he can't do anything at all with being disarmed there by that deafening blast.
Ana making plays. He has an Octarine already.
Yeah, this has been a great series for Ana.
Yeah.
They game 1 Storm, now this game 2 Invoker. You know, game 1 it was like, all right, well, you want to attack me in the mid lane? Yeah, sure, I'll die. I'll come back hard. And then game 2 it's like, well, I'll just trash the mid lane. I'll get miles ahead. I'll get that 7-minute Midas, and you won't be able to stop me. I'll farm. I'll get +1 Forge Spirits because I don't give a damn.
Yeah, wants to have definitely the right pickup here too. Just able to siege easier with that. But yeah, Ana's just making plays. Like the Chrono was used, he gets the kill onto the Crystal Maiden, like just forces reaction. It was just beautiful plays by one player there. And now the tower is dead, so the shrines do start to get pressured.
And not a lot that Secret can do really. I mean, they do want to contest it, but look at that, the pesky purge creep. Guard in the way, purging up Puppey. And he'll be caught out by the bolt. The Sunstrike's off the mark though. Vacuum wall onto 2. The Tornado comes in, bringing Puppey down. And they're not done yet, OG. They'll chase for more, glimpsing back Kezu. The Void's out for 50 seconds. No buyback available. He's not going to be there for this defense. And OG,
they've got creeps in top. They can actually go mid still. Backdoor protection's not ready.
It's a buyback from Puppey. MP in the mid lane trying to cut the creeps out. Jax has the setup, but all the Yules onto the Yules. Double Yules play, they're coming out from each player. MP's out of there. Oh, there's no one around to cancel it, so he's fine. I'll head back, finish off the shrine. OG continuing to get work done. No-Tail very close to having the money for the Reaver as he looks to build into the heart of Tarask after that Manta pickup. This is getting very scary for Secret.
Absolutely is. The CK is just going to be this really tanky frontliner for Ana to just go berserk with his teammates with the Wombo combo from the Darkseer and the Disruptor. We have seen them do it quite a couple times now in this game. Vacuum into the Static Storm just completely inhibits Secret's potential to do much in the fights. Since they don't have BKBs, they don't have anything to really get them out of that. They do have... Yeah, no... Okay, now they do have the Glimmer Cape on high. It does come out quite a bit later just because he did go for that Midas that we mentioned. And Puppey does have now a Yule Scepter, at least to have easier setup for his stomps and defensive purposes.
I mean, do you think at this point as well we could see OG just play it safe and wait for the Roshan? Is there any pressure on this lineup, or I mean, it feels like because of the drafts, they can take this to whatever point of time they want to. OG, can't they?
Yeah, they're playing versus it's like a 1 Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's safe playing Queen of Pain, so 1 Queen of Pain, 2 Ember. So and they have a CK Invoker who are fairly farmed. The Invoker is incredibly farmed. CK is probably a little bit under what he wants to be, but the other heroes are also farming. The StarLadder, he scales, even though he did go for like the Blink Yule straight up full support setup build. You click and fly, and he's about to have an Aghanims. So even if they get the BKBs, if he's able to get good placements on the Static Storms pre-Aghanims, they obviously can't use their items because it's the AoE Doom. So that's going to be another huge factor for them to play into as well.
A lot of this down to who gets the initial catch.
Yeah,
is it going to be a big Chrono, or is it going to be a big Static Storm?
You can just feel how pressured they are now, though. Yeah. Puppey picks up a gem. They're playing very, 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 very cautiously. While OG now are able to just play at whatever they really want to do. They're just going to go for the Roche here and just farm and not really feel too worried on the side of Secret.
They're being a little timid here, OG, on the Roche attempt. They're not fully committing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, understandably, they do respect the fight potential around that pit, both sides. With some great spells to use in that very, very closed area. And a 3k gold. Where does he go next? Well, what are we going to see next picked up for this Invoker?
Let's see. Probably the Hex, right?
Just getting the Hex for himself?
Hex for Queen of Pain and Ember and Void. Probably the best pickup. Unless maybe... I don't know if he will. I highly doubt it. Maybe he goes for like the Bloodthorn. Like I don't think that would be. That's just like a thing that would help him scale. Like and be more of a damage dealer. But I think more than likely the Hex is just a safe pickup. Maybe even like a Refresher, BKB. Maybe yeah. It's really depending on how he feels if he's pressured at all. I don't think he hasn't even really decided just yet. He has a lot of options.
And going back into the pit, Secret. They do want to still play around with OG at this area. With one diving in, has the Arcane Rune to play around with as well.
Octarine and Arcane Rune.
Secret do not want to let OG have that Aegis. If OG get the Aegis, Secret very much in a position that's looking for them to lose at least one set of racks. With the siege potential OG will have with that Aegis in hand. They need to take a fight around here.
They're just waiting patiently.
Who's going to make the first jump? Who's going to make the first slip up? That's the question. So they do have this kind of advantage essentially around this area. Secret, mid one with the boost of travel. He's able to push out lanes.
Fly wants to smoke, yeah. He was pinging out to get on it, to push up forward more. Here we go.
Who's going to make that initiation? Jerax.
They've got the Sunstrike Vision. They actually hit Pi with it too.
In fact, Kezu, he's hiding in the tree line. He's got to time walk himself away. Good Tornado catches out 2 Pi. Incredibly low. Glimmer Capes up and heads to north. Looks to try and TP out, but the vacuum's there from S4. Pi's out. Godlike now for Ana. With a man down for 45 seconds. OG could go for Roche, but they could go for more kills. Looks like they may not be done here. No tell. Can he get a rift onto anyone? Mid one, continue to on the back. Kezu. It's a lovely chrono. But do they have the damage? And I mean, the Sonic Wave, is it enough? Or with the Remnant Jumper, they will take down one of the members. But the Static Storms there, catching the Ember Spirit. And they just don't have the damage, folks. And OG, they have the damage for days.
Yeah, No-Tail's getting, now he's getting his farm, he's getting tankier, his illusions are getting tankier as well. With the Reaver picked up, he's able to just live through the little bit of combo that they had, but the Earth Splitter would have had already been committed before the Chrono came out, so they did have the Sonic Wave and the Ember Spirit come in it, but it was toward the end of the Chronosphere, and it's not enough versus what OG has right now. OG has the pipe, they have the Guardian Greaves to kind of like deter that big magical burst, but now, yeah, one rack's cleaned up, second rack's looking going down, and this might just be it for them.
Yeah, for sure. Second set of racks down. Secret. And looks like they will be given a chance to live another day as OG back off. Spirit there with the stomp, unable to catch Jerax before he TP's out.
Yeah, now No-Tail has his heart, so his illusions are very tanky, and now his hero is fairly unkillable if he has backup from his teammates.
I mean, it feels like, you know, obviously with the draft that Secret had, they had a plan, you know, as we talked about and as we saw early on, they very, very quickly could burst down and kill the heroes. It was always going to get to this stage though, 30 minutes or so in it, especially in the game where Anna's been given so much farm on the Evoker. You know, they have just superior damage and team fight on the side of OG. And as we saw there, you know, even when Kezu's able to get these kind of cute little three-man chronos, there's just not enough to do after it.
Yeah, the OG just got too much of an advantage after that certain point. It's very similar to the last game. When we look at this net worth graph, it's like it hits. I mean, this one actually happened a bit sooner, but it's around like that 20-minute to 30-minute mark where we talk about it so many times how powerful OG is in their mid game. They recognize what they need to do. They don't give up these too many free kills. They gave a couple free kills on Jerax, but then they just swing in a massive momentum fashion. Just great. Honestly, great leadership is really what this shows.
MP does now have the Octarine. I mean, they do obviously have good ways of clearing the waves out and pushing them back with the spam ability of their spells for sure, but OG, they're ready to look to try and clear out that third set of racks here with this push down on the bottom lane. MP, he's going to need to head back and help out the team mid one.
Oh, okay, Ana went for Ashibas because he's got very low armor versus the Elder Titan as well. Reduces the physical damage more. No-Tail looking to be the aggressor.
Meteor coming down onto the Queen of Pain. The controls there. Kezu comes in with a chrono, but again, I'm not seeing those green health bars going down, Fog. I'm really not.
The pipe, the Guardian Greaves. No-Tail's pretty far in, but he's got Aegis.
Look at the Static Storm that's going to trap up Kezu.
Oh, nice two-man crushing Jerax.
Yeah, just with the follow-up lockdown. There'll be buybacks coming out from Pi. Just try and hold OG back. And they get a kill though, that's the question. I mean, Anna just pounding into the tower, jumping forward, looking towards mid, one who has to remnant himself back to the fountain. And OG, you just cannot keep them off your racks, and GG is called. OG take the series 2-0. And in both where the kind of early game seemed rather close, definitely mid-game onwards, very convincing from OG.
Very impressive. They definitely, I'm doubtful about the CK. I really didn't feel like No-Tail had like a huge thing that he did. Like it's like, whoa, this CK, like these plays. I mean, sure, that one Phantasm near the Ancients was massive, but it was the positioning of the rest of his team that were just ready for the play from Secret coming out. All five of them ready for that. Just OG understanding what they need to do in this game, even though they were at quite a little bit of a deficit in the early laning phase.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff. Great series for Anna, of course, as we said.
He played